Now on CoastTV News.
It is HOT, hot here on the coast this week, but that doesn't stop businesses from sweating through the day. Victim identified. We now know the person and the name of the person that was in the plane that crashed into the Chesapeake Bay this morning. Tragic loss. 2 teens killed after a late night accident Monday. We'll tell you where and how it happened.
And with the heat, we're expecting on Wednesday, watching out for a scorcher of a day, but right now we have a newly issued severe thunderstorm warning, and I'll pass along that information in a moment.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Second night at the RNC, Donald Trump strolling in to make his presence known. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with the Republican National Convention. Night 2 wrapping up with the party rallying around the ticket. Former President Trump and Senator J.D. Vance making an unscheduled visit. Tonight's theme, Make America Safe Again, taking on new significance after the attempted assassination against the former president. Former primary rivals took the stage to pledge their support. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Milwaukee.
Former President Trump again electrifying the crowd with his entrance on night 2 of the Republican National Convention, joining his new running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, and watching as former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley took the stage.
Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
A late edition speech.
President Trump asked me to speak to this convention in the name of unity.
From the former president's fiercest critic during the GOP primaries.
You don't have to agree with Trump 100% of the time to vote for him.
Next up, another primary rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Let's send Joe Biden back to his basement and let's send Donald Trump back to the White House.
Some of the loudest cheers came for one-time presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy, who embraced the night's Make America Safe Again focus on crime and immigration.
If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump.
Speakers repeatedly blaming President Biden's policies for illegal border crossings, with some of the most ramped-up rhetoric since leaders on both sides called for unity in the wake of the assassination attempt against former President Trump. The former president looking on as one-time rivals pledge their support and rally around the new Republican ticket. In Milwaukee, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Tomorrow night, Senator and now Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance will address the convention, all leading up to former President Trump officially accepting his party's nomination. That will be on Thursday. Did you step outside today? Did you melt into your own personal puddle? Most of us noticed that today was the hottest day on Delmarva this summer, but businesses have to keep going even if they're outside. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us how all this heat is affecting more than you might think.
Cars on the road are sure to have their AC pumping, but not everyone has the luxury of that cool air. Kobe Cassio works at Bluebird Farms in the scorching hot heat, with temperatures hitting well into the 90s even in the shade.
It's pretty hard to stay cool out here because it's so hot. I mean, I usually just have a big water bottle I sip on all day.
Even with fans running 24/7, there are still things to be done outside to keep Bluebird Farms in tip-top shape, such as raking, mulch, and of course watering the plants, something owner Nancy Corbett never forgets.
The plants are always watered every day in the morning, and now with this extreme heat we will water some of them twice a day.
With hundreds of plants to take care of, Bluebird Farms only had 2 die due to the heat this summer. Corbett told CoastTV that all the rain this weekend greatly improved the plants.
The plants were grateful. They look completely different with rainwater the day after, and it was a wonderful help.
Extreme heat causing challenges for Delmarva's biggest industry, agriculture. In Berlin, I'm Kevin Cepay, CoastTV News.
And while it is uncomfortable out and precautions need to be taken, there is still plenty of fun to be had here along the coast. Filling bags with fresh produce and other goodies, the heat hasn't kept people from patronizing the Rehoboth Beach Farmers Market. The farmers and growers of Delmarva have been working hard at their craft, even with the sun beating down and a little live music lightening the mood. We talked to some of the vendors to uncover how the heat wave is affecting everybody there.
Peaches love the heat. Sometimes that can change our varieties that we're looking at over time, over a long period of time. But this year in particular, it's been nice. The heat has had them bring out all of their flavor, all of their sugar.
The bees don't like to fly when it's 90 degrees. You know, they stay in there to take care of their queen. They're keeping her cool. They won't produce as much honey because they're not out flying and pollinating.
On the other hand, Brady says that despite the heat, crops have been fruitful. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how do you feel about this heat wave? Let's take a look at the results from earlier this evening, and here's what we've got up on the screen. Hey, it's summer, get over it. That's the leader in the clubhouse, 45%. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Go to coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. Let's take a live look outside right now into the Lewes area. Looks like a beautiful night. It is still warm, though. Our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, joining us. Paul, you said the humidity fogged up your glasses.
Quite frankly, yeah. Well, from outside to inside and condensation happening right on my glasses. So I had to get my little tiny windshield wipers. Listen, all that being said, we have a thickness in the air that's actually fueling the opportunity for severe thunderstorms that's popping up over the area. I'll show you that in a moment. Our Tyndall's furniture camera in Ocean City looking pretty calm and 66 degrees. And we're actually going to, I'll throw that 60 out. It's going still in the 80s. It's 80s just about everywhere for us throughout a good portion of Delmarva. Now, here's what's going on with the storm that we've been tracking. It just prompted the latest severe thunderstorm warnings, producing winds up to about 60 miles per hour. And it's just to our north, but it's dipping into portions of Sussex County. So this is going to be an immediate changing target that we're going to be taking a good look at. We'll come back with more in a moment, Charlie. Then back to you.
Paul, new at 11, we now know the name of the man killed in a plane that crashed in northeastern Maryland today. The lone victim was the pilot, identified as Robert Eugene Merlini, a 56-year-old man from Annapolis. The video you're seeing on your screen here was provided by our Coast Copter. Maryland State Police say that the pilot was the only person on board. Authorities say the plane was used to research extreme heat. It's not clear yet what caused the plane to crash, but there were witnesses.
I thought it was odd for sure. I thought it was odd for it to be going and then not going and then a little quiet, like nothing, and then going, trying to go. So yeah, I definitely thought it was odd.
Authorities will now work to pull that plane out of the water. It'll be moved to another location for further testing, including by the FAA there in Talbot County. Take a look at this map. The area you're about to see on your screen is where two teenage boys tragically died in a car accident near the 1600 block of Gills Neck Road. The crash was late last night, about 11:26 p.m. This is what we know so far. Delaware State Police say a BMW driving fast failed to negotiate a sharp turn on Gills Neck Road. The car ran off the road, eventually crashing into a house, a tree, a metal fence, and then that car caught on fire. Both of the teens in the car were killed, and now we have a community in mourning and disbelief. This is the sharp corner on Gills Neck Road where two teenage boys launched off the main drag, crashed into a house before exploding into a deadly fireball. Helen Lawson lives right next door, and when she looked out her window late last night, she was shocked.
I saw a fire across the street, and it looked like a big bonfire. And then I went out in the backyard, and the fire just increased, and it was going up beyond the trees.
It didn't take long for emergency crews to arrive.
I saw 3 or 4 cop cars coming in, and then like all the fire trucks from all the neighboring townships.
The fire was eventually put out and no one inside the home was hurt, but the two boys in the car didn't make it. Well, we don't have the names of the victims. Based on Facebook posts from the Cape Henlopen lacrosse team and football team, it seems both were athletes at the school. Tuesday, the district releasing this statement, quote, "The Cape Henlopen School District is deeply saddened to learn of the death of two of our high school students as a result of a tragic accident that occurred on July 15th. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to all involved and the students' families and friends," unquote. The investigation into this tragic accident is ongoing, but Lawson thinks that the stretch of road could have played a role.
Well, it's a dangerous curve. You know, I think people don't realize how tight that curve is, and they go really fast.
In fact, she says it's not even the first time she's seen trouble around this curve.
Oh, it's tough. This is like the third accident since we've been here, and we've been here about 6.5 years.
While more questions still need to be answered, for the family of the victims, their friends, and the community, what matters now is the loss they're feeling after the needless death of two young men. According to the Cape Henlopen School District, school counselors are going to be available for students who might need help while they cope with the shocking and devastating loss. Those counselors, they're available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the rest of this week. Tomorrow in Lewes, Sussex County Planning and Zoning will meet to talk about another development. It would be in the area near the Vineyards apartment complex. The project is called North Star. It's planned between Route 9 and both sides of Beaver Dam Road. The proposal calling for over 750 single-family homes and 96,000 square feet of commercial space. In traffic news this week in Milton, there are nighttime closures you need to be aware of. Now until Friday from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., crews will be working on a bridge project at Route 1 and West Route 16. We have more news to get into this evening. Still to come, sales, they're holding strong. Retail shoppers still spending money, the industries that are thriving and the ones falling a little behind. And also, the Fido flu. Dogs are battling influenza in Delaware. The signs to look for and how to keep your pets safe.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. At noon, we're looking at 88 degrees, a chance of thunderstorms in Cambridge, 90. We'll have that chance of thunderstorms a little more diminished in Crisfield. Your full forecast coming up in just 60 seconds.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Sign and Drive is here. Get this ultra-low mileage lease on this 2024 Encore GX Preferred for around $343 per month with zero due at signing.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
I pulled up this particular shot to show you. We have flashes of lightning that's happening in the background. It's been flashing in and out because we have there you go. You can see that flash that's right now. That's the impending thunderstorm that's now making its way closer towards the Lewes area. And it's the thunderstorm that's now prompted this late severe thunderstorm warning that stays in effect until 12 o'clock, well, 12:15 to be more exact. We have more embedded cells that's actually marching north of us, well north of us in Dover, but we're starting to see a freckling effect that's occurring when a little bit of the energy is splitting off and beginning to be felt in portions of our neighborhoods. Now, this is already causing some soak situations over on 313 as well as Highway 12 between Riverview down towards Harrington, and it's sliding towards the east at about 30 miles per hour, and it's producing 60-mile-per-hour winds. Now, in addition to that, we still have, really along the base of this, the heat advisory that's going to stay active for Accomack, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester. Now, this is already in place for us now, and it's going to stay a concern for us as we go into the rest of the work week, particularly going into Wednesday. This is the line of storms that's pushing through. We're starting to see some signatures of some strong embedded cells, but fortunately for us, it's well north of our immediate area. We got up to 97 degrees in Georgetown, 93 for the high for us in Salisbury. So we have the active heat advisory and the warning that kicks in for us on Wednesday. But of course, we're going to be watchful for those severe thunderstorms that continue to be the case. Temperatures already continuously in the 80s. That's really warm in the middle of the night, but it feels like 100 in Milford, even at this hour. 97 is what it feels like in Seaford as well as Redden. Our air quality is taking a turn towards the concern. It's not quite at an orange level, but we are starting to see it deteriorate a little bit more. And with our heat index tracker throughout the day, we had triple-digit heat indices that continue to be problematic and just kept the heaviness of the day on us in so many other ways. Dew point temperatures really were a part of that with that extra moisture. So it kind of gives you a feel as when we look at this muggy meter, that's the dew point temperatures. When they race back up into the 70s, we get into that miserable category. We are going to be watchful for the possibility of the threat of some additional scattered showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday, because as this begins to push through, we're looking for possibly Wednesday night between about 9:30 to 11:30 for our best opportunity for showers. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast, and we anticipate
We are on later. The pup in your home is undoubtedly a good dog, but if you want to keep them a healthy dog, you might need to keep them away from large crowds of four-legged friends, at least for the next 30 days. The state has issued an order prohibiting shelter and rescue dogs from moving in or out of the state for 30 days. That's due to canine influenza and an outbreak they're having. It's a respiratory disease that affects dogs, and the impact it's had on local shelters is significant. Lee McKinley, the director of Humane Animal Partners in Sussex County, shared that while the Rehoboth Beach shelter has been fortunate enough not to have an outbreak, the shelter in Wilmington is monitoring 30 confirmed cases. McKinley says that even though the shelter's population numbers are lower than usual, they're using the extra time that they have to give their dogs like Cade here more love, baths, and playtime.
It's a really difficult situation. Animals can't talk, and so you're seeing animals that are clearly not feeling well. They're lethargic, they're not eating, they just don't have their personalities.
McKinley tells CoastTV that symptoms shelter dogs and owners should look out for: persistent coughing, vomiting, diarrhea, and fever. For more information on how you can help, go to CoastTV.com. Still to come, changing the test, the ACT going to look a little different in the years to come, how that might impact the high schooler in your house. And next, guilty as charged. Senator Menendez has been convicted. Now some, like Delaware Senator Tom Carper, are asking him to step down.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or get $4,000 purchase cash on this Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
Hi, I'm Sussex County farmer Blaine Hitchens, and I plant cover crops to improve my soil health. Cover crops help with nutrient cycling, weed suppression, and also reducing our input costs. I'm also improving water quality, and my soils are more productive, increasing my yield and bottom line. Healthy soils produce healthy crops. Cost share signups are going on now. To take advantage of the financial assistance, stop by the Conservation District to enroll in the Cover Crop Cost Share Program, because every acre counts.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Make it 0% APR financing. Make it a 0 down payment and make it no payments for 90 days on select Ford trucks.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
We're Delaware Electric Cooperative, and we're proud to keep the lights on.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A New York jury found New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez guilty on all counts in his federal corruption trial. Menendez allegedly received gold bars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, a Mercedes-Benz convertible, and other bribes in exchange for his influence. He now faces a maximum of 222 years in prison. Menendez's wife, Nadine, also facing charges in the case. And Delaware Senator Tom Carper putting out a statement today after the verdict was announced, which reads, in part, "The jury has spoken and the ruling of the court must be respected. I find no joy in this outcome. And as I said last fall, it is time for Senator Menendez to fold them and resign." If you've got a budding academic in your home, listen up. High school students are going to be seeing some big changes to the ACT college entrance exam. Monday, the head of the ACT said starting next spring, the test, it's going to be shorter, down from about 3 hours to just 2. And the science section, how about this? It's going to be optional. The cost of taking the test would also be reduced. The CEO said that the changes will give students more time to answer each question and let them focus on their strengths and abilities. The decision to update the ACT comes after the SAT was shortened and went fully digital earlier this year. Retail spending, it's been holding mostly steady since the beginning of this year, and it followed that trend in June, according to data from the Commerce Department released today. Last month's reading was better than the outright decline that economists had projected. Consumer spending powers 2/3 of the U.S. economy. Retail sales, which capture spending on goods and foods and services, that makes up a big chunk of the overall spending. Based on Tuesday's report, online sales and spending at home improvement stores, those jumped from May to June. Meanwhile, here's where you get the hit: sales at gas stations, spending at car dealerships, and on automotive parts, that actually declined. Coming up in sports, a preview of which standout teams are heading to the Little League Regionals on the Diamond. And also, hey, how do they do that? A breakdown of Olympic greatness ahead of the upcoming games. Some of this stuff is just mind-blowing.
And as you take a good look at your golf forecast, listen, you'll be able to play if you really want to, but it's still going to be extremely hot. It's going to feel like 105 to 117, so take plenty of water if you just got to go.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
It's Johnny Janosik's Black Friday in July with deals so good we couldn't wait till November. Shop now and get an extra 20% off or 0% APR for 48 months. Now through Monday only and only at Johnny Janosic.
Now that it's sizzling out, is your AC fizzling out? Beat the heat with Horizon Services. Upgrade that old unit for 0 down and 0% interest. And get up to a 12-year warranty on your new full home comfort system. Plus, save up to $3,500 in free upgrades and rebates when you schedule your free estimate. Same-day service, expert technicians, and a job done right the first time. Need service today? Horizon is on the way.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't take chances with just anyone. Trust the experts at Spicer Brothers. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've chosen us for our exceptional service, quality installation, and unbeatable warranties. Whether you need a roof replacement or just want to upgrade the look of your home, we've got you covered. And right now, save up to 20% on your new roof. Plus, enjoy no interest and no payments until 2026. For a roof that's done right, trust Spicer Brothers day and night. Because you deserve the best. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with summer savings at Gateway Subaru. Right now, save up to $3,300 on a new 2024 Subaru Outback. Plus, take advantage of great financing rates as low as 0% for 48 months. At Gateway Subaru, we're committed to higher standards, ensuring every journey starts with trust and excellence. Stop by and discover the thrill of the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Designed for the bold, ready for any adventure. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Hi, I'm Joel Wharton, Sussex County farmer. Don't wait until after harvest to plant your cover crops. Consider broadcasting or interseeding cover crops into your standing cash crop. Early establishment provides more growth potential and more soil armor over winter. It also saves time because after harvest, the cover crop is already growing and protecting the soil, cycling nutrients, and preventing erosion. To learn more about the benefits and ways to establish cover crops early, contact the Sussex Conservation District because every acre counts.
Find your better night's sleep for less at Johnny Janosic. Shop now and get a $300 MasterCard reward card on select brand purchases. And we'll haul away your old mattress for free for a limited time only at Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
Senators Chris Van Hollen and Ben Cardin announced over $450 million in proposed funding for Maryland military installations. This includes $50 million for a contained burn facility at NSWC Indian Head and $247 million for a maintenance shop at the Maryland National Guard. The bill also secures $3.21 billion for veterans homeless programs and $878 million for VA medical research. The funding still needs full Senate approval. Have you ever watched the Summer Olympics and thought, hey man, I could do that? Well, you probably can't, or you'd be there. Just saying, it's not just running and jumping and throwing in track and field, but as Steve Kornacki explains, it's a lot more impressive than what might seem simple.
How about that? She is devouring track in front of her.
I have never, ever seen anything like this in my life.
Ever wonder the science behind track and field?
From blistering speed to superhuman strength, let's try to put world-class athleticism into perspective. How fast? Well, let's take Usain Bolt. He ran the 100 meters in 9.58 seconds, and that was a world record. The top speed he reached was 27.8 miles an hour. That is faster than you would drive your car down the block in your neighborhood. Okay, what about those marathoners you see out there? You watch them on TV. It can almost look like they're jogging. You might say to yourself, hey, maybe I could do that too. Well, if you want to, here's what you got to do. You got to get on your treadmill and you got to crank it up to 13 miles an hour. And you're probably going to find it doesn't even go that high. Most of them top out at 11. But crank yours up to 13 if you can. Start running and then don't stop for 2 whole hours. If you can do that, you can run with the marathoners. How far? Well, top men's javelin athletes can throw the javelin from one end zone of a football field all the way to the other end zone. How in the world? And in the triple jump, elite women can cover about 50 feet. That's the length of a humpback whale. Try to jump over one of those things. How high? Well, if you want to even approach the men's high jump world record, get a big running start. That's going to help because you got to leap your way over a soccer goal. How strong? If you think you might be able to throw the shot at the Olympics, here's how to test yourself. Go down to the bowling alley, pick up a ball, and then throw it all the way to the other end of the lane with room to spare. All of this is just a way of saying that this is what Olympic athletes do. They make the otherworldly look easy.
6 miles. Opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics is July 26th. It's right here on NBC.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, everybody? It's that time of year where Little League Baseball is at the forefront, and we've got local teams heading to the regionals with a chance to get to the Little League World Series. And softball action, Western Sussex Little League out of Delaware will be repping the first state and play their first game on Thursday at 8 a.m. against Pennsylvania and Talbot County. out of Easton will represent Maryland, and they will play New Jersey at 12:30 p.m. on Thursday. Best of luck to those ladies as they try to advance to the Little League World Series. It's been fun covering them all season long. But to baseball in the Senior Little League in Bangor, Maine, Berlin will represent the Free State and compete on Thursday at 7 p.m. And Camden will play for Delaware with their first game being against Rhode Island on Thursday at 4 p.m. Best of luck to all of our local teams. Up a few levels, former Stephen Decatur pitcher Evan Truitt was selected in the 12th round of the MLB draft by the Seattle Mariners earlier today. The right-hander was taken out of Charleston Southern University, making him the 13th MLB selection in program history. He finished his final season with the team, first team all-conference honors, and a league-high four-time conference relief pitcher of the week. Coming out of Stephen Decatur, he was the 10th ranked right-handed pitcher and 34th ranked overall player from the state of Maryland among the 2021 class. Total for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Coming up next, the anniversary of a moon trip that changed history. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 11.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in flooring, to ensure you get the best product to fit your needs and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
They worked with me, gave me different options, kept within that budget, completed it on time. Delmarva Design Center was awesome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Don't miss out on low APR financing during the Make It Ford sales event going on now at Boulevard Ford Lincoln of Lewes and Georgetown. Get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Mustang Mach-E. Or how about 0% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Ford Escape?
Hop online and visit boulevardauto.com to see our entire inventory.
Don't miss out on the Make It Ford sales event at Boulevard Ford Lincoln of Lewes and Georgetown. Cars cost less with Preston.
Have you visited Tyndall's Casual Furniture this season?
Come see us!
Why shop online when you can explore Delmarva's exclusive Hollywood dealer in person? See the finishes, feel the fabrics, and even sit on the furniture. From polymer to aluminum, wicker and epay, bring home the perfect blend of quality and design with Tyndall's. Crafted to enhance your lifestyle. All of our furniture comes with professional assembly, and take advantage of our in-house white glove delivery. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
On July 16th, 1969, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Michael Collins, they launched into space atop an enormous Saturn V rocket. 4 days later, July 20th, Armstrong and Aldrin touched down on the moon, becoming the first humans to walk on another celestial body. Apollo 11 was the culmination of the Apollo program and a commitment by the U.S. to beat the Soviet Union in putting people on the moon.
Well, a little bit here closer to Earth, like the Earth, we're looking at very humid conditions for us actually in Ocean City. And so it's going to continue to feel like 80 degrees. We still have concerns for just a small pocket of thunderstorms that's now drifting more to our north. So not such an immediate threat for us, although we will continue to stay under a severe thunderstorm watch till about 1 o'clock in the morning. You can see that cell going throughout the central and northern portions of the state. And then, well, of course, we're going to be conscientious of the heat advisory that's still active for our area as well. Our umbrella winner, actually, from Lewes, Pam Bengrier, congratulations. Our UV index for the next few days is going to continue to stay elevated till we get to Friday. And we want you to be sure to call our line, and here's a look at your 10-day forecast.
Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that is next. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.